What's up everybody, and welcome back to another video. So in the last video, which was just a quick little update video, you guys seen I was just making a start on the headers, got all the mounts and stuff tacked up, some of them welded up, and the clutches turned up, or the twin plate clutch turned up. But today the flywheel, the button flywheel turned up. So just be using this with the factory ring gear. So this pretty much just bolts to, or bolts through with the flex plate. So this pretty much just bolts through the flex plate. Use the ring gear on the flex plate with this. So it should be super revvy. Real fast revving. Would be a bit harder on the drivability on the low end, and obviously not as much throwing weight on the motors, and as much as inertia and torque per se. So tonight I'm just going to carry on with these headers. We're going to pull this side back out, try and tuck them in a bit more, and then as long as I can get this side at least pretty close, I'll make a start on that side, because I think it'd be some of this down the bottom half of this might actually be easier with it out of the car and it bolted to the motor, and I can just make it hug past the gearbox. So we'll see. I'm not looking forward to starting this side, but it's got to be done, so we'll get stuck into it. Okay guys, that ended up being a bit of a mission. I don't know how long that took. I was out here probably another hour and a half, something like that. But managed to cut up those ones that I had and ended up with this all tacked together. It's not perfect, like, you know, not equal length and all that bullshit, but it's definitely good enough to work. A couple of wee gaps to fill, but nothing we can't sort. Definitely get us going for now. So I'll see if I can find an old video. This was like way out here, like it collected miles out here. So pretty much just shortened everything up. Still got a few offcuts and stuff here, which might come in handy. But we'll go and put it in and test fit it. I haven't actually test fitted it with them all tacked on there, so should be interesting to see. You have to feed it in from the bottom because it doesn't fit past the chassis rail. I gotta grab it from the top. Maybe it will be best from the top this time. Must be from the bottom. Sweet guys, so looks like it should work. Seems to clear everything. Don't worry, those fuel lines will be tucked way up out of the way with the heat shield as well. So it looks like everything will be sweet. I might just dummy sit the engine mount back in there just to make sure that clears. It's definitely looking pretty good. If I can get the other side done tomorrow night, and like sort of one after work night, like that side has been, then that'd be super good progress. I'm not putting my money on that though, because that looks way tighter. But still stoked. Let's try to get that engine mount in there. Sweet, and it even misses the engine mount. The top bolt's going to be pretty close. What I might have to do is, while the engine's up, bolt that on before I bolt the headers on. just because it looks like it will be a bit of a pain to get to that particular bolt. But other than that, this side looks pretty sweet, all tacked up. What I'll do is I'll leave this side just tacked for now and get the other side all tacked together and then do all the welding off at once. And then the motor can pretty much come back out, ready to start work out the clutch assembly. Woo, pretty good progress for just one evening after work. So we'll cut to tomorrow. Made a hell of a mess, and it was way harder than it needed to be, but got the driver's side tacked up as well. So see there, it's not pretty, there's no hot rod, but it pretty much squeezes right through the gap between the steering. It's pretty close. I will have a little bit more clearance because I'm getting rid of the V-band and just I'll do like a probably 200 or 300 of 3-inch and then flange it. And I'll probably do a similar thing with the other side, but it'll be slightly less because it's further down. I know it's not ideal having the two banks, different length extractors, but that's just the way it's worked out. It's just enough to get us going for now anyway. It was a bit hard cutting it out of already made extractors. Would have been a bit easier probably going all buying brand new stuff, but there's no fun in that. It's more fun working with what you got and see what you can make. So tomorrow night I might actually try and pull them back off, weld them up and do the same with the front engine mounts, because then I can pull the motor out and suss out that clutch setup and stuff and measure up what I need to make for a spigot bush. So solid progress for tonight. It's getting quite late now, so we'll check in again tomorrow night. Okay guys, we're here the next day. Not gonna lie, I was actually struggling for motivation to get out into the shed tonight. It's sort of, it was all warm and cozy in the house, and we just got back in a bit late from being out to dinner, and sort of was going to put it off, and then I thought, nah, once I'm out here I'll be away, so I'm going to sneak out here for another hour or so, try to get started, maybe try and pull the motor and gearbox back out, at least do something, sort of guilt trip myself into it. It's not going to build itself. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is pretty much pull the headers off, undo the engine mounts, and just get it ready. Oh, and the trans, got to undo the trans, pretty much pull it out and we'll make a plan. Alrighty guys, we are making good as progress with the car. So got the headers all welded up. That one's still on there, just cooling down because I just finished welding the flange off. So I don't want it to bow and bend and do anything freaky. That one there is done. I know it's not all hot rod and stainless with the pretty colours and all that bullshit, but just migged it up. Don't worry about the TIG, got the MIG there ready to go. Can't be bothered messing around. Same shit, different noise. The engine mounts, I just finished welding those off and just prettied them up pretty much. That and the trans mounts, they're all just edge primed. Bomb them with some black soon. Just thought I'd show you guys I'm up to making up the bracket for the hydraulic release bearing. So the bell housing has these two little casting nipples, I suppose you call them, maybe, where you usually drill and tap and put your clutch fork pivot ball. So I'm just going to use those to mount a little bracket off. It'll be like that, just a bit of plate, and it will just bolt there and there. And then I have some long studs that poke out and pick up either side of this. So there'll be a stud out here and a stud out here. And I can just, I'll make up some shims the right shape, and we can just wherever we need to adjust it to get the right clearance from the bearing. So it actually works out quite well. Probably run it there. The outlets are on the top here, but we'll just go whoop, melt that hole. So that's all pretty good. So I'm pretty much just gonna find a bit of steel now, chuck that template on there, and we'll get that cut and see how far we can get. Hopefully I can grab the flex plate today, so we can start dummy fitting the clutch on there and working out that clearance and getting everything sort of set up for the clutch thing. I do need the bleed line still, but we can at least get it set up. Alrighty, so got the basic shape cut out, which is nicely to the side. Just mark to the center pop where I want my holes. So what I actually do is just whip this bell housing off quick, put it flat on the ground, and then I can drill and tap 8 more hole right the way through. Because I don't have a bottoming tap, I've only got a starting tap. So should be sweet. I think our mate will be strong enough for holding that on there, 2 of those. So whip the bell housing off. Unfortunately, I've got some tragic news, guys. My old faithful finally shut itself. Might just be the brushes or something, I don't know. It just suddenly stopped and no more go-y. Doesn't smell like burning or anything, but I don't know. I just had a thrashing for like the last probably 8 years or something. I think I've had that, 7 years. But anyway, progress. This is how my bracket ended up for the clutch release. So we'll bolt onto there, do those holes, and then I've just got a little dip in my gusset there where the fittings will come out. Whoop. So it actually looks sweet. What I might do is I'll bolt it on quick and show you. There we go. See it a bit better position now. So just put that on there just to help gusset it so it doesn't try and flex or anything. And then these lines will just go out there. Or if I have to, I'll blow another hole through here. Hopefully not. And so I should just be able to run them through there. But yeah, pretty good. Pretty happy with the progress today. Probably gonna call it soon, I think, because the Waiting on the flex plate now. We need the flex plate to bolt on so we can start working up my depth setting for the release bearing. We're hoping to get that tonight, but didn't get around to getting that tonight. Oh, one other thing I found that was a bit of a nasty and a bit of a dick move is this hole here. Nope, which one is it? Nope, nope, not that one. This one here. It's got the bolt snapped inside it. When I picked it up, it looked like it had the head snapped off the bolt, but there's still some studs sticking out. So I thought, oh, that's not too bad, we'll just be able to weld a nut onto it and pull it out. But someone had just put a bit of a bolt sticking in there so it didn't look so bad, when actually it was snapped down below the surface. So I'll have to drill and tap that out. That's going to be a bit gay, with the extra time that I don't really have spending on it, but at least once I get that out, might try and get some ARP header bolts and also ARP flywheel bolts, just for reassurance. But yeah, I think that's probably going to do for tonight. Hopefully we get that flex plate tomorrow and we can carry on. So super stoked with the progress. We made heaps of progress. So just checking out another video of working on the DALE30 and getting the dirty LS in there. Hopefully it's not too long until the next one. We'll try and make another one over the next week. But until then, we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.